Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna show you a quick little example of how to create a simple uh, Androidplot application. So I've got Android Studio up here, and it's the latest version, 2.1. The latest version as of right now. First thing we'll do is create the project, obviously. So clicking on Start New Android Project. Call this Quickstart Demo. Leave it on my desktop. Phone and tablet, Android 4 and up, looks good. We'll keep the empty activity. I'll speed things up a little. All that looks good. Alright, let's give it a second to build. Cool. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is go into the XML and add our XY plot. We don't need this text view, so get rid of that. Oh, actually, you know what? First thing we need to do is add the library dependency. So we'll go here under Gradle scripts, and then you want the Gradle script that's for the module, the app module. And let's add Androidplot. Compile. Androidplot core. Then 0.9.8 is the latest stable release at the moment. Sync now. Alright, we should be good. Going back to the XML for our activity here. Let's try adding that plot again. Swipe plot, match parent, give this thing an ID. Let's call it plot. Get rid of these margins that we don't need. And we've got some rendering problems here. This is usually caused by ProGuard screwing up our Androidplot library internal structure. So easy fix for this basically is to add a rule to the ProGuard rules to ignore the Androidplot package and leave it as is. So that's done in this file here, ProGuard-rules.pro. And you can actually go to the Androidplot website and look at the Quickstart for the exact line you want to add here. It's kind of towards the top, right under where we add the dependency. There's this line right here. Okay, go back, add that. Then rebuild the project, and there we go. So by default, these plots are a little bit ugly, so I highly recommend applying a style. There's a few cam styles. We'll be adding more in the future. My personal favorite is the de facto dark. Looks pretty good. We'll stick with that for now. Now we've got the XML all set up. Let's actually go and add some data and write the code for this. Going back to the main activity. First thing we need obviously is a reference to the plot. We're working with an XY plot here. Obviously there's other kinds of plots as well, particularly a pie chart, etc. Okay. This thing plot, so we'll put that up. Gotta cast it to XY plot. Alright, now we got our plot set up here. Let's add some data to it. So we'll define a single series. We'll use the simple XY series class, which is a implementation of the XY series interface, which just makes it a little bit easier to get up and running quickly. So we're going to do an array format of Y values only. What this says basically is for the values that we enter, automatically generate Y values using their index as their implicit X value. So here's the Y values right here. We'll create some so we got some values there. So basically we have a for each point we have a Y value of 1, 5, 2, 8, 3, and 9, and then the X value for each of these is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's add this to the plot. The second thing you need when you're adding this to the plot is a formatter instance, which basically tells Androidplot how you want this series to be rendered, what colors you want to use for the lines and the points and things like that. So there's also, you can see XY series formatter is the actual type that it expects. There's quite a few different kinds of formatters. Most cases you'll want to use a line and point formatter. So that's what I'm going to use here. And we're going to use green color for the line, green color for the points, so vertex, that's just the points. Then no fill color and no formatter. That's pretty much all the code that we have to write here. So let's run this and see what it looks like. It's just going to take a second to build here. It's installing. And there we go. Pretty simple.